All right, what's up, my good people? Welcome back in to the Bully Ball Show on Sparks TV. I'm your host, Nino Sparks Sedan, aka the Mid Range Bully. Let's get it. Now, jam-packed show for you, but as always, before we get started, if it's your first time tapping in, or maybe you tapped in before, go ahead and tap that like, tap that subscribe so you can stay tapped in. Here we go. All right. Now, today I just want to break down. We in public, so bear with me if you hear some noise in the background. I apologize. I'm gonna try to keep it as quick as I can. This is my second time shooting the video, actually, because the first time I knocked it out the park, and some random bride just decided to walk up and ask me to help her with some bullshit that she was doing, as if her life is more important than mine. But that's neither here nor there. People are gonna do stuff like that, but we gotta make shit happen. So let's keep it going. Today I want to discuss the ass whooping Lithuania put on Team USA. Now, I seen this coming, people. I definitely did. And if you watch basketball, you probably saw it coming too. Because if you looked at the roster and what you saw was a lack, not just of depth, but a lack of size. If there was ever a time where we needed size in the lineup, it would be against international competition. Excuse me. Why do we excuse me, why do we continue to walk around with this arrogance as if us having USA across our chests automatically gets us to win? Why do we continue to think that? Is it because we started the sport? Or excuse me, we elevated the sport? It wouldn't be any different if they had NFL in the Olympics. We wouldn't send Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson out there. You fuck around and have Blake Bortles or some shit posted up out there with the second stringers. We do this over and over again, and we don't just do it in basketball. We do it in damn near every sport that's played around the world. We think that we're automatically supposed to win. And we've been shown once again that the rest of the world has caught up. They've caught up. Not only are they on our level, to some degree they've surpassed our level. Just look at the top players in the NBA. Look at the last few people that won MVP. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jokic, and now Joel Embiid. Now, you might say, hey, well, those guys outside of Jokic, them other two guys basically developed in America. Remember, Embiid played for Kansas. I mean, he never actually played, but he played for Kansas. Giannis was a working project with the Milwaukee Bucks. When they first drafted him, nobody was saying he was going to be back-to-back MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year, and all that type of shit. He just had potential. But even still, we walk around with this arrogance that we can just send a bunch of young dudes out there, ain't never played together, outside of the Villanova connection on the team, which that was some bullshit. Certain guys that should have been in the starting lineup. But again, we understand business. We know that this is a Nike sponsored thing, and that you got to have more Nike guys in the starting lineup than Adidas or any other shoe company. So you start Jalen Brunson instead of Austin Reeves or Halliburton. Brandon Ingram struggling. You still start him. And that's an Adidas guy. Anthony Edwards belonged in the starting lineup. Mikal Bridges, I feel like you could have brought off the bench. Paolo Banchero should have been starting. Your three leading scorers on the team, two of them is coming off the fucking bench. Now, maybe you thought that would work in your favor. Maybe you thought that was going to work in your favor, having depth on the bench. Excuse me 1 second. But it backfired on us. And as far as breaking down the game, where was the game plan coming into the game? See, I think you just thought you was going to roll over Lithuania. I think you thought we got more athletic players. We're faster. We're younger. We got more skilled players. That's what they thought. And if we're going to blame anybody, let's not just get on the players. Let's get on the coaching staff. The so-called dream team coaching staff. You got Eric Spoelstra. You got Ty Lue. Keep forgetting the words. You got Steve Kerr. But I can guarantee you, as much as I fucking hate the Spurs, I can guarantee you Coach Popovich would not have gotten out coached by Lithuania. No disrespect to them. They did a great job. They had a great game plan. They seen something they like and they ran with it all game. And at no point did we make an adjustment. Your adjustment is taking Austin Reeves out the game. He get back down on back-to-back possessions. You say, okay, fuck that. We're going to take him out the game. As opposed to running plays and making they guys defend on the other end. You let Valanciunas hide out. You let Brazakis hide out. All these flat-footed guys. And first you let them shoot you out the gym. It was over as soon as it started. I could see it from the game after the first quarter. This was an ass whooping, people. No mistake around it. And everyone's saying, well, it's not that big of a failure because they still qualify for the Olympics. It's a failure, bro. Anytime we lose to one of these other countries, it's a fucking failure. Because we do have the most talent. We did start the game. We do have the more skilled guys. But it's the arrogance that was our downfall. Because time and time again, and maybe it's hard to keep Team USA being Team USA, maybe it's hard to keep guys engaged for longer periods of time. You know, LeBron and Curry and these guys, they're not going to play every year. Or excuse me, every time. But you got to keep some level of continuity. Where was the continuity? Just because these guys gelled off the rip and they had a couple of good games and we looked good, but when the going got tough, everybody went back to what they knew. Which was, I'm going to score. I'm going to get us out of this. Hero ball, one after another. Jalen Brunson shooting ill-advised threes. Anthony Edwards. I don't know if y'all gave him the green light or what, but he was just shooting them and shooting them and shooting them. And he got going in the end, but by then it was too late. You thought you was just going to roll out there and roll over them. And the game has changed. And this should show you where the NBA is at. And why positions are so important. Everybody keeps talking this positionless basketball shit. That shit is cute for the regular season. But when it's time for crunch time and time for really fucking win, you see what happens. You can't teach size. Jared Jackson, way better player than Valanciunas. But he got outplayed. Why? Because you can't teach size. Austin Reeves, better player than Brazakis and those other guys. I don't know all their names, I'm sorry. But you see he got exposed. And Austin Reeves, that's my guy. I hope he gets right back in the lab and works on that. Because if you think they expose you, what you think gonna happen during the regular season and during the playoffs? We can't have two guys that can't be unplayable in our starting lineup. We already seen what they did to D'Lo in the playoffs. So if Austin Reeves is going to be the difference maker on the team, you got to correct that, Pops. Yeah, you got to get that right. We can't go out like that. You went from looking unstoppable to being unplayable. That's where we at. That's where we're at. To me, it looked like they just gave up. Not the players, the coaches. Because where was the adjustment? I didn't see any. I didn't see any adjustments. I saw y'all throw the same lineups out there and expect to do something. But that's all I got for y'all. I'm going to tap back in later.